everybody. Welcome, Shannon.
How y'all doing out there?
How you doing? Welcome to NASCAR Trackside Live.
Are y'all having a good time tonight? Let me hear you make some noise.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Do you guys enjoy Tim Duggart? He was fantastic,
Tim
right?
rocked it, man.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Well, welcome to a very special edition of NASCAR Trackside Live. My name's Jose Castillo.
My name's Amy Long. It's great to see you guys out here.
It's great to see you all here. We've got a show in store for you that it rivals anything we've done yet before. This is amazing. Amy, are you looking forward to a great show tonight?
I'm looking forward to a great show tonight. You guys looking forward to a great show tonight? I thought so. You especially.
That's right. So to start out with, we got a little bit of, I don't know, how about Darrell Wallace Jr., a little Bubba Wallace up in the house?
Woo!
Heck yeah. And then, of course, we've got Michael Waltrip going to be joining us.
So excited.
And then I think, don't we have one more guest? I think maybe
one more guest.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yes, Earnhardt Jr.
Going to be right here on the stage. And again, this is a big thank you. Thanks so much to Nationwide Wrangler for everybody putting this on. And then we actually have after this as well.
All leading up to the main event.
A little bit of Brad Paisley.
Woo!
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out. Again, you can watch this later on. It'll be on youtube.com/NASCAR. And, of course, post your photos, videos, questions, hashtag NASCAR Trackside.
Absolutely. We always like to get you guys involved because
right.
this show is for the fans, and that is you.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here tonight.
All right. Well, let's bring on our first guest. Amy, who do we got?
Let's do it. We've got Darrell Wallace Jr.
Come on out here. Look at this.
Bubba.
I hear he's got quite the arm. That was nice.
What's
going
Great
on?
to have
How are
you?
you?
Here.
Good to see
Thanks
you.
for being here.
Good to see
going
you,
on?
man. Thank you
What's
so
up,
much for
everybody?
coming out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming up next, we've got two-time Daytona winner. Please welcome him to the stage, Mr. Michael Waltrip. Come on out here.
Woo! Nice.
Look at that arm.
Look at that throw. He came
That's what
prepared
I'm talking
with his
about
cannon,
right there.
guys.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Thanks
Hello,
so
everybody.
much.
Will y'all come on and join us
How's
here?
it going? Hold on, one
I think they're
thing.
having a great time. And without any further ado, we've got the one, the only, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Come on out here.
Woo!
Oh, nice
Dang,
arm.
he's got an arm too.
He's got good form
I
there.
know.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. We got a little
Right,
kickball
that's
from
what
Bubba Wallace
that's
already.
what this catwalk is for. I'm glad you used that, Bubba. Thank you.
I know, that was really
Thank
nice.
you.
Will y'all come on in? Let's have a seat here.
Yeah.
Dale, why don't you sit right there in the middle?
Oh, okay.
Bubba, you gonna sit
It
right here,
says
right next to me?
Slippery.
Yeah, you like that little slippery when moist?
I saw
You
him.
gotta be
I
careful.
saw him reading it.
It's a little dangerous.
That's a
letting us
slippery
know.
slope when you go down that road.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on, man. This is NASCAR Trackside Live. We're gonna hang out and chat a little bit. Are y'all having some fun out here tonight with the fans? It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Great
Yeah,
turnout.
This is awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. Thank y'all for coming out. How was Tim Duggart?
It's great.
Tim Duggart pretty
Fantastic.
good? Yeah, man. I got to see Tim play earlier this year. He played at Whiskey River for we had a 48-88 shop party, and he played, and it was a lot of fun. I think Tim's going to play the Junior Motorsports Christmas party too. So that's going to be a good time.
You can count on this one thing from Tim Duggart. If you told him to stand there and sing for 2 hours, he has songs for the whole time. He's one of the most entertaining, one of the most fun, genuine guys you'll ever meet. And when they said, you want to come to the racetrack, hang out with Tim Duggart, Brad Paisley, Bubba, and Dale, and we're going to listen to country music, I mean, who's not here? Who wouldn't want to do that? And then look what they slipped in on the end here.
I know. We got a big show in store for you guys. I got to start out. First question: country music, hanging out. What is something that you guys like to do when you're having a good time, having a couple beverages, listening to country music? What's one thing that you do in that kind of off time, just hanging out?
I'm still getting into the country music. So, yeah, believe it or not.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of all music. Don't get me wrong. I love music, any type. But it's just fun to be here and see Brad live. This will be the first time I see him live. So it'll be a cool show.
Definitely. Now, you're a big Brad Paisley fan, friend, et cetera, so can you school him a little bit on maybe some Paisley knowledge?
Yeah, well, I'm with Bubba. I like all kinds of music, but definitely grew up on a lot of late 70s and early 80s country music. I grew up on a dead-end road. We lived on a dead-end road called Irvin Road in Mooresville, and I think every house on that road was playing early 80s country when I was a kid. You'd run up and down the street to everybody's house, and it was just, that was what was on. So it's what I grew up on that, and started a record collection here in the last couple years. Collect a lot of late 70s rock and roll, and just
like on vinyl, like records?
Vinyl, yeah. So
Nice.
I've been getting a lot of vinyl, and it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we drove to Daytona from Owensboro, Kentucky every February, and my mom and dad would both smoke cigarettes, and we'd listen to country music the whole way there. So
Windows up or down?
I never did know where we were for sure because I couldn't see out the front window, but I Never Picked Cotton was my favorite song when I was a kid, and when I was 17, I drove from Owensboro to Louisville, Kentucky to see Gene Watson and John Anderson in concert, and ever since that night, I've been the biggest country music fan in America, and I can't wait to listen to Brad play tonight. I've been fortunate enough to do that a couple times, and this is a special night.
Yeah, now, they didn't have seatbelts in the cars for kids.
No, I laid up there in that back thing, in the back window, where you can't get any more, and just enjoyed my ride. I was out of school. It was a good time.
Well, part of the reason we've got here tonight is to share stories on each other. That way we thought,
Sure.
y'all might have some interesting stories maybe the fans haven't heard before. So, yeah, hi out there to everybody.
I see
watching
my
this.
wife.
Oh, you see your
Just
wife?
waving to my
Hi,
wife.
Amy.
Amy, are you over there?
Amy!
Maybe she's got some stories she could share. What do you
Yeah,
think?
she
I'm
probably
sure
does.
she's got
yeah.
plenty of stories to share.
So are there some
Everybody
stories?
probably rather listen to those.
So who's got a story on somebody else that maybe they'd like to share with the fans here tonight? Because we're just hanging out. We're having fun. Just kind of
Good
chilling.
Lord. He putting us
He
on
has
the
a
spot.
devious look on his face a little
I can
bit.
start
I'm trying to
it.
think of one.
I can start it, and mine starts with Amy. Yesterday morning, I went to some
Heard
sort
about
of
this.
damn class where you're supposed to do your abs. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I got my first ab when I did Dancing with the Stars. I was so proud of it. First, I thought I was bruised, but I had an ab. And I thought it's time to revisit the ab thing and get it. And I didn't know she was going to be there, and I got there. And this class was 45 minutes long, and it's called Choreology. And you get on this machine. Part of it's stable, and the other part of it's spring-loaded. And you're supposed to be able to stand on your knees and then take your elbows out. I mean, most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I made it through half the class, and I looked over there one time, and Amy looked like she was tied up like a pretzel. Her abs must be tremendous, I'll say to you. But there was 8 guys in that room, 8 girls in that room, and 1 guy, and it was me. And I made it all the way to like 3 minutes to go, halfway doing it the last half. I finally had to sit down, and I threw up. The girls were tough. Have you thought about, I know you're into fitness now, you're riding your bike and working out. Have you thought about attending this class with your wife?
She wrote me into a spin class about 3 weeks ago, and I've been on a bike riding around on the street, and you just kind of go as fast as you want, or as slow as you want in my case. But in this spin class, I got this instructor. I've never done this before, and I've seen it on TV, and Amy goes all the time. So I get in there. There's a couple guys. So I was like, all right, I can do this. There's a couple guys in here. And it's going to be me and the guys. We're going to race. And the girls beat us. Didn't do very well. It's way harder than riding around on the highway. I'll tell you that. And because the coach is like, all right, you're going to go this fast, this hard, for this long. And I'm like, that's not how we do it on the highway. Just kind of ride. And we just look around at the other houses and see what everybody's got in their yard. This ain't no fun at all. I'm in here getting drill instructor telling me what to do.
Yelling at you, too.
Yelling at me.
Go.
And then
Bubba, I'm really interested, Bubba, in knowing your first Dale Jr. story.
Ooh, yes. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I'm trying to think back. Trust me, I've been a big Dale Jr. fan since I can remember. And much like a lot of you guys out here. So it's pretty special to be sitting up here on stage with him. I will say I had a fangirl moment. I will say this. I screenshotted, sent it to my whole family. This was 2013, and he still never took me up on this bet, or this offer. 2013, I was in Birkdale. I think Waltrip and I were neighbors at that time, along with Blaney and Kwesniewski. We were all kind of there. The 90210 of Huntersville is what they call it.
I'm still there, by the way.
He's still there. I got a DM. I got a DM. Somebody slid in my DMs late at night.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh, all right. It happened to be Dale. Way better than any chick that ever slid in my DMs. And it was Dale, and he was like, hey, man, what do y'all do up there at GoPro Motorplex? And I'm like, oh, crap. I think I texted Ryan, hey, Dale just texted me, wants to go ride go-karts. So I'm like, hey, it'd be a lot easier to text me. 2 minutes later, you just get a text. I think it just said, random number, Dale Jr. That's all it said. I'm like, I went to sleep on that. I don't even think I texted him back that night. I fangirled so hard. So I think that was, I know we met before that, but I think that was a pretty special moment. But we have still yet to go ride go-karts together up at GoPro. So
I know he's probably going to whoop me, that's why. So I don't go over there.
Smart.
Yeah.
So-
You've been over there practicing a lot. I've seen you times.
I have.
So first thing next year then is post-retirement, we're going to get a little go-kart
Go-kart
action.
action.
Yeah, you can ride your bike over there. You're only,
Yeah,
mile
it's
from
only
there?
about 4 miles from the house.
Yeah. So ride over there. Yeah, be good.
The only
You
thing
can
is you
ride
got
at
a
the
live
pace you
video.
want.
Got to have live video of it
Yeah.
for everybody.
My first Dale Jr. story was he used to work at the shop behind his dad's house.
See, hear that, everybody? Used to work at the shop. I want everybody to hear that again.
What's that mean?
So
He's telling the truth.
I used to go there and just hang out while Dale Jr. was working at the shop. And so one day, his dad said, let's get on the horses and go riding. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. So Dale, I was kidding. I'm from Kentucky, but I'm bigger than, I'm really big. And if I get on a horse, it freaks them out. They don't like it. And so we get on these horses and we go riding out. And it's Dale and I think my wife, and she's my ex-wife now, but it doesn't sound as, if you tell that story and you say Dale and my ex-wife, you'd be like, why the hell is your ex-wife with you? So bear with me. It was Dale and my wife and me, and we didn't make it down the hill into a corner, and my horse freaked out, and it jumped up in the air, and I exited because I didn't want to try to hang with it. I thought my least case of getting injured was getting on the ground. And so they're all in the shop, and about 5 minutes later, a horse comes walking up, and they're like, I bet that's Michael's horse. And it was.
Can you explain what working at the shop means to me?
Well, at this time, I'd been fired from the dealership. So I used to work at my dad's dealership. Long story short, got fired. And I'll tell you that story if you want to hear it, but...
Of course we want to hear that story, don't we?
Yeah. Transition into that. Go ahead.
Everybody needs to get fired once in their life, right?
What's that? So I was working at the dealership. I used to change oil and was the best oil change mechanic in North Carolina, by far. So I could change oil. You remember the 29 minutes or less quick lubes at the GM Goodrich store? I could do it in 8. So that's when I was on commission. But anyhow, so I was working, and this guy said, this new service manager comes in and says, y'all gonna have to stay after, and we got this meeting. I said, well, I'll stay if I can clock in. I ain't clocking out and then staying. And he said, no, you gotta clock out, and then we're gonna have the meeting. I said, that ain't the way it works. You gotta let everybody stay on the clock. So he said, no. I said, well, I'm going home. So I came back the next day. He said, you need to take a couple days off. I said, all right. So I went. Now, I wasn't making a lot of money back then. I was probably taking home about $120 after taxes. And so it's a 45-minute drive home. I called my dad only because I know my dad, and you know him too, he would send me back. If I drove all the way home, he'd say, why are you here? Go back to work. Well, the guy sent me home. Well, I don't care. You go up there. I own the place. Go back to work. So I didn't have the gas money to be doing all that driving. So I called Dad. I said, look, this guy's trying to fire me or send me home. He said, well, tell him you're going to work. Tell him you're either working or you ain't working. I said, all right. So I didn't tell him I called my dad. I just went back to the service manager, and I said, I'm either going to work or you send me home. He said, well, get somebody to help you load your toolbox up. Get out of here. And I said, oh, okay. So I loaded up my toolbox, and I left. I got to the shop, and Dad saw me driving in, and he goes, damn, I can't believe that guy fired you. I was like, yeah, he did. He fired me. I ain't got no job. He said, well, I'm going to put you to work. So he paid me $100 a week more than I was making at the dealership to work on Kelly's race car. So then I started building Kelly's cars. I built a brand new car for her. We started racing at Tri-County, and I started going with her to the races. It was the best thing that happened to me. I probably wouldn't be a race car driver today had that not happened.
Man, so you getting fired led to you driving the car.
Well, I actually got to work on one. So I learned how to build them and fix them, and we had a lot of fun. Me and Kelly would go race on Friday nights, and then I'd take my car and race it at the beach on Saturday night. So it was a good time. So when he came over there, I was in there working on Kelly's car. And that was great. I was sitting there working on my sister's car all day getting paid for it. It was freaking awesome.
And a damn horse walks up without anybody on it.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That horse is going to keep
showing up. And you're about 2 miles
up.
behind.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up. I got one more Dale Jr. story, and that's it. So I don't know how much y'all watched NASCAR back in the early 2000s, but like me and him never really talked about anything.
We just did it.
We never once had a plan to go win a race or go run up front. We would just go run, and we understood that if we're both all right at it, pretty good, if we got up front, we'd help each other. That was our goal, and that was our plan. We knew that's what we were expected to do. So we did that like 6 or 8 times in a row. I won, he won, I won, and we ran 1, 2. It was awesome. And one day we were hanging out, just having a beer, and he looked at me and said one of the best compliments I ever received in my whole racing career. He said, I know you're pretty good at racing these plate tracks, because I see you do something, and I say, damn, I'd have done that. I'm like, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm doing things that you would do. It was quite the compliment, and I really appreciated it.
I appreciate it.
Look at that. That's
We did.
awesome.
Me and Michael, it seemed like it was from 2001 all the way to 2004, 2005. If he didn't win, I was winning. And if one of us was winning, the other one was running second. We worked together a lot, and we really didn't never talk about it. We wouldn't sit around before the race and think
Have
about
those
it.
meetings?
We never talked about it. We just go out there, hit the track. Our cars were so damn good, we'd just be at the front all the time. And it'd come down to who was leading at the end, and we usually work together to try to help the company get the win.
That's
Now,
awesome.
you guys all have some, great wins and some pretty unique trophies too. So where do you keep all of those?
Dale's got about 10 different buildings he's in. I've been in about 2 of them. So the 2 buildings I've been in, there's about 100 trophies in each. So it's pretty impressive. I only got about 10 that I keep at my house. I actually went over to my mom's house last week, and they're talking about 2000 to 2004. I didn't even start racing until 2003. Hell, most of those stories I wasn't even born yet. I mean, damn. But I went back, and I was like, man, she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with the TV room, which is where we have all the trophies, which is myself and my sister's basketball trophies. And there's probably 150 up there. But it was cool to kind of look back and see, coming from Concord Speedway and the go-karts to Tri-County and Hickory having runs like that in a late model. But I got a couple at my house, with the most recent one from Michigan this year, so that was pretty special to win that one. But
Didn't I help you put your...
Yes, I have that clock.
He won a grandfather clock at Martinsville.
Yeah.
And he was living in Burkdale at the time, and I actually helped him get it up the stairs and into his apartment.
I would love. Is
wish
there
I
any
could've
video
watched
photos?
that, yeah.
Yeah, we got a video of it.
Yeah, we got a video, yeah.
It was awesome.
That was cool. I still got that one's at my house. I won the second time in Martinsville, and before I could even get to Victory Lane, or before I could even answer where I was going to do with this clock, and Kyle asked me if I could have the clock, and my mom jumps in and says, "Hell no, I'm taking this clock home." So every time I walk in the house, there's a clock sitting there.
One of the best trophies on the circuit.
Oh yeah,
man.
you got you one now?
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
So talk a little bit about, we've got Michael Waltrip driving the car, going into the booth. Now we got Dale Earnhardt Jr. driving the car, going into the booth. You got some pointers, some tips, some things that you can share with him on stepping in. I know he's already done it a few times, but...
Well, we actually worked together a few times at Fox, and I could tell from the first time Dale Jr. did it that it was something that if he chose to would be something he would be very good at in the future. And, you know, I like to be, when I watch a race, I don't act like this, I'm like this. It makes me happy. It makes me excited, and I can't wait to tell the viewers what I see out on the track. And that's the only advice I gave Dale. Just be yourself and have fun and tell people what you're looking at, and he's a natural at it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely, you know, want to do good, want to do a good job with the job in the booth next year. And I see it as an opportunity for me to have a long career and be around the sport for a long time. All I care about is just being able to go to the racetrack, have a reason to be there. And I think being in the booth, and you know this as a broadcaster, I think you have a role in the health of the sport and the progress of the sport. And that really matters to us. And so it's going to allow me to be a part of that. I'm excited.
Well, a lot of the young racers look up to Dale Jr. and listen to his advice closely. I feel really fortunate that I was able to be a part of the Truck Series broadcast since like the early 2000s, and guys like Bubba come through the Truck Series, you know, and we get to talk about him and compliment him, but we also feel responsible for helping them understand how important TV is and how important it is to be visible and liked by the fans. And I think that's an important role that the broadcasters play. And I know, Bubba, you know how much we enjoy talking to you and you being a part of our team.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
It also came to light just recently, I think, about the taco incident. Now, yeah, and I saw your tweet about how you thought it was a hard shell and it was a soft shell. Can we, for the fans, maybe talk a little bit about the taco incident?
Well, I do the grid walk, and fortunately, guys like Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, all those guys on the grid are really nice to me, and they let me interview them, and I don't take that for granted. I know sometimes they could just say, no, go away, and they don't do that. So one day in Texas, I got a bag of tacos, and I wanted to say thank you to people. And I thought they were hard shell tacos, and they were actually soft shell tacos. And I went to Denny Hamlin, and I said, good luck today, here's a taco. And when I handed it to him, because it was a soft shell, the salsa and the pico de gallo and the sour cream fell on his back windshield. And he's like, you just dumped taco on my car. And so I was nervous about it, and it made me sad. They wiped it up. But then I kept having nightmares that he was leading the race. He needed his track bar adjustment late to win, and all that gook had seized up his track bar mount, and he couldn't use it, and he lost.
Pico de Gallo everywhere in that dream, too, right?
All over the place.
Hell of a story.
Hell of a story.
Everywhere. Yeah, Twitter's social media as a whole is a pretty powerful tool these days. So you let us know. You solved Taco Gate for us. Thank you.
I did.
Thank you for
I
closing
got that
up.
behind me now. Talking about it is very rehabilitative.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You guys got to hear that. Thank goodness.
Therapeutic, if you will.
Highlight of the night.
Also, it's a great way to get in touch with all of your fans, too, or look, for future sponsors. What do you guys think about social media these days?
Hey, there's a guy right here that's in the midst of that as we speak.
Yeah.
I know updates? That, as far as I know, nothing's been announced about your future. Yes. But it was I know that's kind of the pink elephant in the room right now.
Yeah.
And I know you probably can't tell everybody what the plan is, but you can at least let us know that things are going in a good direction.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been a tough year, no doubt. So it was really good to get back in that truck and go back to victory lane. And in the meantime, while I was driving in that race, we were still working on things to get settled for this next year in 2018. So, like I keep saying, we got a lot of really good things in the works. Like really good things in the works for 2018. It's all a matter of timing. And, speaking of social media, I've been dogging the hell out of Domino's. There's probably a pizza waiting for me backstage. But that was pretty cool to see that interaction. And thank you for, chiming in on that and getting your fans to kind of push that a little bit. So, like you said, social media is the best way to help you and the worst way to kill your career. So you got to be careful with what you say and what you do. But it's been a fun road on that, just being able to interact with you guys and keep the inside up. But we do have some good things in the works for 2018.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was able to dance for 8 weeks on Dancing with the Stars because of Dale Jr.'s tweets.
Nice.
Said, you go, Mikey, and I went. I didn't really know where I was going, but I went.
And walk me through how you made this video. Like, give me the behind the scenes of how you made this video, because it's pretty fantastic.
So,
anybody follow Bubba?
Well, at Bubba Wallace on everything. Follow me. Appreciate it.
There you go.
So I have this awesome neighbor. I moved into my new house birthday of 2015. Actually, my birthday's tomorrow, by the way.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Big
Hey.
2-4.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. You gonna sing it?
You know what? I was going to do that. Would you guys like to all sing Happy Birthday?
Happy birthday?
Sure. I think that'd be cool. You know what? How about we stand up? Let's just sing.
do it.
Come on, stand up right here. Let's all do a little happy birthday. Are y'all ready?
All right.
This is going to be
Yes,
great.
ready.
This will be good.
Everybody, we're all great professional singers up here, so y'all got to help us
course
out.
we are.
All right, here we go.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bubba. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
That was
You
all
guys
right.
are really
Thank you.
good.
Yeah.
You guys are really great.
Yes. So, all right, back to the story. I moved into my house 2015, and I was 21 at the time, and it's a decent neighborhood, and I didn't know anybody, didn't know my neighbors. So I walk out, and I see my neighbor for the first time, and he does one of those looks and gets in his car and drives off. So I'm like, great. I'm going to be here for a handful of years and have a great guy as a neighbor. I kept it PG there. So as a week went by, and he actually turned out to be one of the coolest neighbors you can ever have. And so we go play golf all the time. He flew up. What was really cool, when I announced my debut for Pocono driving the 43, he immediately texted me and said, hey, my son and I are going to fly up and come watch your debut. So I didn't ask him. He just did it. He was there. So he's offered to drive a bus if I ever get one to Daytona for next year. So it's just that type of guy. So he texts me. He's like, hey, you keep tweeting Domino's. I'm going to order a pizza costume, and we're going to go play around the golf, and I'm just going to be kind of foreshadowing you in the background, just going to be there. So we're like, okay. So I had my brand manager, Kyle, come out and film it all, and we just went to play around, ordered Domino's pizza, filmed it. I went back and edited it within an hour, and next thing you know, that video took off.
Yeah, it did.
It turned out really good.
So you were editing your own video, like on the laptop, like
Yeah,
clipped up?
I've done that over the years.
I like that.
I've done a lot of photography and video stuff and edited my own videos, and I'd say I'm pretty proud of this one to where the level it took off, and like right now, I don't know, it's like at 5,000 retweets or something like that. So a lot of impressions on that, which is what Domino's likes. So they actually reached out, and we set up a phone call this past week, and so we set up another phone call. So those are good signs. They're coming from Domino's, so we'll see what happens tonight. So feel free to tweet them right now, this whole conversation, and tell them to sponsor us for next year.
Yeah, and order a pizza.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
would you order us a pizza while you're at
Yes.
it? That's what I was going to say. Thank you.
So we talk about retirement. We talk about thanking the fans with this, big appreciation tour. But we got some golfers here. Is this something you're going to pick up in the off season? Are you going to do a little golf action?
I actually asked him to play golf.
Yeah, I got a simulator at the house, so I play there. So I just kind of hit the ball into the screen, go pick it up, put it back on the tee. Hit the ball into the screen, go pick it up, put it back on the tee. I don't. Every time I go play golf outside, I'm too drunk to play the back nine. So
I was going to say the best part is the beer in the golf cart.
I get a little bit better after about 4 beers, and then at 9 beers, it just goes straight down.
You sound like your former crew chief, Steve Letarte. Sometimes he overshoots his sweet spot.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I just need to stop right here, drinking that is, because I'm hitting the ball really good. But it's hard to stop.
So it sounds like go-karting and golf are on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell of a video
The
coming up for
invites
that.
are out at least.
I go play every once in a while over at Kannapolis. Kannapolis got a country club over there that
Irish Creek?
Irish
That's
Creek.
where I play,
I've got
yeah.
a membership over there, and I go over there and play every once in a while. And it's fun, but we're in the. You know this, man, and you know this as a driver. When you're racing, it takes so much of your time. To be a golfer, it ain't something you just go play once or twice a month. I mean, that's not. It's going to be more frustrating than anything.
Yep.
So if you're going to be playing golf, you got to be able to get a lot
Or
of
you
time.
could just be
in
like
there.
Denny. I think he likes golf more than racing.
He plays lots of golf.
Yeah.
They actually started their own tour. You're part of that tour.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
How'd you finish in that, by the way?
They had a tour this year, and I finished last. So
How did that happen?
Was it the beer?
That
They
too.
must have given you the wrong handicap.
Well, Denny makes up the handicap, and Denny wins.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I believe
Denny,
that.
Denny semi funds it as well, so he doesn't get a whole lot of arguments. I was at the driving range yesterday, and I hit a couple balls, and this guy said, man, what'd you just start playing golf? And I said, nah, I've been playing my whole life. Oh, you just don't get to play that long, do you? I go, nah, I play all the time. He said, well, you're just not that good. That's it. You got it. That third time.
Well, my Michael Waltrip story is I'm pulling into the media parking lot at Sonoma, and he's got his golf clubs, and he's putting them out, and I almost ran over your golf clubs. So I would like to publicly apologize for
I don't
that.
take them with me anymore. I just rent clubs because I've
That's
noticed
Jose's
I'm
fault.
not very
No,
good.
I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Might have helped his game.
Get that bent club. We'll talk a little bit more about music. We got Brad Paisley coming up in just a little bit. That's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that. But the Dale Earnhardt Jr. band. Not many people have a band that were named after them. And I thought that was a pretty cool story how these guys started out kind of two folks, real small. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the name of the band. And then they actually contacted you, were like, hey, is it okay? And then they wound up changing their name too, but that was a pretty cool story.
Yeah. I don't know. A band named themselves, named themselves after me, and that was kind of weird. I didn't know if they were trying to take a jab. I was a little offended at first, and then I talked to them, and they were cool, and they were like, "We'll change it if we got to." I was like, "Don't worry about it. Thanks." I was wondering who's lowering your chair. Somebody keeps lowering mine.
No, I did
I
mine.
know yours
'cause
really does.
I felt weird. This is how I'm required if I'm ever in Darrell's presence. I have to sit below him.
Your brother?
Yeah.
Mine, I don't think works.
No?
No, I'm broke.
So how's the band going?
They changed their name just to Junior. So I don't know. They're just
Junior.
they're just off doing their thing. I don't have anything to do. There's no legal paperwork or anything like that. I was like, just do your thing, man. We're not gonna sue you or nothing. I was like, all right. He's like, we'll change it if we got to. I was like, nah, I don't care. It's cool. So.
That was awesome. So what are you guys listening to? What's on your playlist right now? Because I know, again, a lot of diverse music down the line. So what are you guys playing right now? What's on your playlist?
Some heavy stuff over there.
I know.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I follow Bubba, aside from the fact he's really cool, is to watch his drumming videos that he puts up on Instagram. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, he's a very, very good drummer. And
thank you.
Yeah. So he gets in there and puts some videos up of some pretty impressive, difficult, technical stuff, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, my playlist is, I will say this probably, there is some Chris Stapleton on there.
Yeah, I've heard
I do
you.
have that.
I've seen you playing some Chris Stapleton in the background.
Yeah, he's becoming high up on my radar. Amanda, which my girlfriend's right over here in the plaid down there, trying to be nonchalant. She's a huge country music. She can sing very well. Yeah. Not really, but still love you. But she's on the country music side. So when we do road trips, she'll play a little bit of country music. She plays a little bit of everything. But for me, it's really heavy metal stuff. Yeah, screamo. You don't know what they're saying. But the background of that is I think my mom said ever since I was like 2 or 3, I was banging on pots and pans. So I love drums. And so it's really easy for me to shut out the words, what you can't understand, and really try to learn the drum part of it. And as they say, I'm really good, and I listen to those guys, and I've become friends of a lot of drummers and bands that I know, and I'm horrible compared to them. The way they can move their feet and their hands, the rhythm and everything, it's incredible to watch. So, but a lot of heavy metal stuff is on mine, like Fit for a King, Miss May I, a lot of those bands you probably never heard of, but that's where it lies at in my heart, is the heavy metal stuff, some rap stuff. A little bit of everything, though. I don't shine away against anything and everything, but a little bit more of those two genres.
When I was going to be a drummer when I was 8 years old, 9 years old. Dad and Teresa got me a drum set. And after the first day, I was duct taping up the tom. And then after the second day, they took it away from me. And that was the end of my drumming career. It lasted 2 days. But I would have been probably as good as you, I'm sure. Ooh. If I'd been able to hang with
Don't
it.
You have a couple kits at the house?
I got like three half kits, so I could probably
you can
make
put it all
one.
together. Yeah,
I could probably make one.
Yeah.
You'd have a kit and a half.
I actually played drums about 2 months ago when Duggar played Whiskey River for the 48-88 shop. I played the drums and Jimmy sang.
I remember seeing that.
I think Greg Ives was on bass. And I hadn't played drums in like 12 years, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So I thought it sounded terrible.
How's Jimmy as a singer?
I was.
You were focused.
I couldn't hear real well at that point in the night. But I could drum really good, is what everybody said.
That's good. That's good.
Good excuse. Easy out. I like that. I like that. What are you listening to, Michael? What do you got on the plate?
I've been listening to country music my whole life, like I said, 70s, 80s. Now the new stuff. Eric Church, I love him, and there's so many great artist now, and it makes me happy. But lately, for some reason, I think it's because I have a couple buddies I want to hear the country. I've been flipping over there to number 32 on the XM, The Bridge, and listening to like soft rock and stuff from the early 80s. Little Pure Prairie League.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Now, Dale, you were talking a little bit about, hopping on stage with everybody, and everybody's such a tight-knit community. You must know how to prank each other really, really well.
Prank.
Yeah. I mean, Bubba, you were recently pranked on Glass Case of Emotion.
Oh, yeah, the phone call.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, yeah. They got me pretty good. I was pretty mad about that one, but yeah. Pranks are good.
Everybody knows I'm really sensitive, so they don't prank me.
Oh, that's good to know. I'm going to prank the hell out of Mikey over here.
What are some? Share some pranks with us. Some, maybe things we haven't heard or.
I think the worst prank that got pulled on me, and I'll tell you how it happened. The prank started with, I put 2,000 crickets in my buddy's bedroom, and so he was listening to crickets for a couple weeks, and
oh, that's cold.
He had a friend whose wife was pregnant, so he got her to create a positive pregnancy test, and he left that in my bathroom. And so I found this in my bathroom, and I was very upset. So this is a long time ago. This is about 2004, but that was a really, really good revenge.
That's solid.
Prank. I know.
Yeah, that's well thought out.
There you go. All you guys out there want to get your buddies. That's the worst way.
Well played, sir.
That was the worst way to be got.
Crazy. What else? Any other pranks you've got? I know nobody likes to.
No, I don't really.
You don't have any?
Somebody said they wanted me to do Dancing with the Stars once, and I'm like, all right.
I got a question. So you would know, was it true that Dad put sardines underneath the seat of Rusty's car, his race car?
Yes, he did.
And they cooked in the car while he was racing?
I don't.
They just smelled.
I think it was during practice.
Yeah, but he found them.
Yeah.
He smelled them.
Smelled horrible.
What other kind of pranks did the drivers do? I mean, that must have started with a different prank.
I remember in Dover, some people got some of those soft shell crabs and put them in guys' cars. Those things were.
That was back in the day where you could actually put something under the seat.
Yeah, nobody really paid any attention anyway. So you.
No telling what you find under there.
No, some of the guys got the crabs up there in Dover.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
that was a good one.
That was good.
Yep.
I like that. Well, talk a little bit more about this tight-knit community of people that are hanging out together, having a good time. Do you guys ever go as a group together and like, there you go? Oh, that's
Who's gonna
we
get
got
it
to
first? Who's
Come
gonna
on.
get it first?
Check out
Let's
those
see.
shoes my man's wearing
Yeah,
there.
you're wearing some.
He's already
he
7
goes
foot.
quick.
Nicely done.
Nice. Uh-oh, I think it's coming back.
Oh, and he's gonna go get some more stuff to
Yeah.
throw on. I think
I
he's
think
got
that's a
some
good
more-
idea. I'll bring you
Yeah.
some.
So what do you guys go do with other drivers? Like, what are some things? I know you asked, hey, let's go go-karting, we didn't. Let's go golfing, we didn't. But what are some things you do? Oh, look at that. Nicely done.
Blaney and I do a lot of stuff together, of
There you
course.
go.
He was
I'll throw
actually
one out.
over last night. Yeah. Sure. I'll hold it.
There we go. Gotta wake these guys up. We got a Brad Paisley concert coming up here in just a minute. Oh, nicely done. Look at that, good arm. All right. All right, so here's the deal. We're gonna have a little old-fashioned throwing contest. Let me get a box of them here. We got any more here? Everybody hang on to one. Everybody got one thing to throw?
Yeah.
We got one thing.
Are we having a throwing competition?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little old-fashioned throwing
I
contest.
think Amy's going to beat us.
I think so too. You got something? Here.
Yeah.
Hang on just a second. We're gonna have a little old-fashioned throwing contest. Wait. Oh, that one's gone. Here, one more. Hang
That's
on.
pretty
Wait
good.
till
Here you
wait till
go.
wait. Oh, it's gone again. I was gonna have a little contest. Amy says she's got a great arm, and she said she could throw it farther than you.
Can you get in the stands?
Here we go. All right, we got one more. Hang on. Don't throw it yet. Don't throw it yet. Wait for it. All right, Amy, you got one? All right, Bubba, you got one?
Yeah.
Michael, you got one? Here you go. Here we go. On the count of three, what we're going to do is we're going to see who can get it the farthest.
Let's
all
go
right?
one by one. One by one.
So real quick, First of all, do we think it will be Dale? Can Dale get it the farthest? Do we think it will be Mikey? Wow, oh, I'm sorry. Do we think it'll be Bubba? Or what about Amy? I'm telling you, don't count her out. She's a softball player. So
that's unfair. The popular guy, the athletic guy, the hot girl, and me. I didn't get no damn votes. Who thinks Mikey can throw it further?
there. See, now you feel better. All right. Are we ready? So we're going to, unofficial judging, we're going to start out with Miss Amy because I think she's just got a great arm.
Here.
All right. Amy, are you ready? All right, here we go. Let's see how far we got it. Cheer on. Come on. Oh.
Man, that's pretty far.
I told you I got a ringer. All right, Bubba, you up? All right, here we go. Come on, cheer him on. Here, Bubba, let's go.
I don't know.
Oh.
That's a tie. That's kind of a tie.
That's really, really close. All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Are you
pretty
limbered
good.
up?
That
You
was
ready?
pretty good.
Okay. All right, Mikey, come on, let's cheer him on. Mikey, here we go. Yeah!
Oh,
It's not
man.
bad. Not bad.
I don't think he threw a towel and it didn't weigh as much. Get a little weight.
All right, one more. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, into
Oh, all the
stage.
way onto the top. That
Did
was
you get on
really
the
nice.
roof?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I don't have a
Here, I'll
run
hold it.
off here.
You want me to hold your mic? You got it? Right over here.
Give me some
There you
backup.
go. Get a little runway.
Nice. I think
That was a little bit
Wow.
of a line drive.
Got a
That
lot
was
of
a line
action.
drive.
It's a line drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner, and our winner is Dale Jr. Come on, Dale. I think got it.
Hey, I didn't win.
You guys stay here.
Come on, we got.
All right, fans. All right, here's what I want you to do. We're going to say a big thank you to Michael Waltrip and Darrell Wallace Jr. hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
I want to say one last thing, and I want to say thank everybody. I can't wait to watch Brad Paisley.
Yeah.
But I want to also say thank you for this man and all he's meant to our sport.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been racing cars since the 80s, and when Richard Petty quit, nobody replaced Richard Petty. Nobody replaced Dale Earnhardt. Nobody replaced Kel Yarborough. And nobody's going to replace Dale. Somebody's going to drive his car, but they ain't replacing him because he's one of a kind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
I appreciate
Mikey,
it.
thank you so much. You guys grab a beverage up at the bar. Thank you to
guys.
Bubba Wallace.
Appreciate it.
Dale, stick around for a minute.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do a little
Yeah,
intro
Bubba.
for Brad Paisley here.
Yes.
But first of all, we just want to say thank you to the fans. Thank you guys. This has been awesome. We got lots more in store. Brad's going to be out in just a minute.
We definitely do. And for you all turning in online, thanks so much. And that's the end of NASCAR Trackside Live for now.